Hi guys. I just wanted to come and make a video about my whole situation and about how I feel and what's been going on the last 3 months. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen my Get to Know Me video, then know that when I was born, I was diagnosed with a brittle bone disease called osteogenesis imperfecta, which means that my bones are very fragile. They fracture very easily. And so let's fast forward to the last 3 months. So back in February, on February 5th, I had hip slash femur surgery. And if I actually take you all the way back, 2005, I fractured my femur in, I believe, 3 places. And I had to have surgery. So I have a metal rod in my hip and femur area. And so years down the line, I started to have some pain. It started to just get unbearable. Like, it didn't matter if I was walking, sitting in my wheelchair, doing things around the house, like just anything, any type of pressure on it. I started to just live with it, to deal with it, because I'm a little stubborn and I just deal with things as they come. And so, like I said, it became to the point where I couldn't really do much without hurting. And so, I went to the emergency room and they pretty much told me that I would need like a hip replacement and things like that. And so I was like, okay. So then I went to my orthopedics doctor, and he saw on the x-ray where it's like the nail and the tip of the rod that like pretty much was keeping my bone in place kind of broke off. Like, it almost looked as if it was a fracture, but it was the rod and nail. And so he said that it was probably causing pain because it was like bone to bone, like rubbing up against it and aggravating muscles and joints and all that type of stuff. And so I said, okay. So then about 3 weeks later, I was in surgery. And so let's, fast forward to February 5th. I had surgery and I was in the hospital for about 3 weeks. And then I got out of the hospital. I felt okay. And during surgery, my doctor actually couldn't remove the nail that's in my hip. He couldn't remove it because he said that it just, in order to remove it, he would have had to fracture the femur, replace the rod, put it back together, all that stuff. And that isn't what we obviously agreed upon. And so during surgery, he broke about 2 screwdrivers trying to get the screw out. And so he just, what do you call it? He just smoothed down the bone and the nails so that, and like the tip of the rod, so that it wasn't aggravating one another. And so the whole time I was in the hospital, and even after I came home, like some weeks after I came home, I was still like in recovery mode. Like, the pain that I was feeling didn't feel like the pain that I had going into surgery, if that makes sense. And so my doctor would ask me, are you hurting? Is the pain, and at the time I couldn't tell the difference. A month after surgery, the pain did come back, and so I was still going through physical therapy, trying to get, my strength back in my legs and things like that. And so after the pain came back, he said I needed a CT scan. So I went and got a CT scan that came out normal, that came out fine. And then I went and got another CT scan done to see if I had a like pinched nerve in my back that was like radiating, just causing everything to just go crazy. Everything came back fine. I didn't have a pinched nerve in my back or anything like that. And so my doctor, pretty much told me that he was out of like ideas of what's going on with me, and so he referred me to a different surgeon. And I went and I saw him, and he pretty much just said that this is a part of my bone disease, and that there was nothing that he could do, because he said that he doesn't want to put me through another surgery if if I'm able to function now with the pain, because going into surgery again, they would have to fracture the bone, put the rod in, put it back together, things like that. And he just said no, because at this point in stage in my life, my bones are just too fragile. And so he referred me to go to a pain specialist, and I said okay. I went to the pain specialist, and he pretty much said that this is something that I'm going to have to live with, that he couldn't prescribe me anything to keep me comfortable, like pain wise and things like that, because it's just a part of my bone disease, and that I'm going to have to live with it. And that made me extremely emotional. Like, I'm still not really, I haven't still come to terms with it. Like, I was pissed off, to be honest with you guys. I was mad because I feel like the last 3 months I've been going to doctor's appointments after doctor's appointments. I think is that I'm just so tired of being in pain. Like, if I could describe the pain to you guys, I mean, it's just like 1 minute, like even sitting here, I feel a little pain, but it's like 1 minute it's like, okay, I can function, I can deal with this, and then maybe 5 or 10 minutes later it becomes to the point where I can't function, I can't deal with it. You guys watching will probably be like, oh, you should be used to it, you were born with this, and you should be comfortable with it now, and you'll be fine, and this and that. And it's like, and I do believe that I will be fine. I do have faith that that everything is going to be okay. But on the other hand, I'm upset, because I feel like this is a new stage I'm entering with my bone disease. And to go from doctor to doctor and have someone tell you they don't know what to do with you, they don't know how to help you, or even refer you to someone that could help you, because my bone disease is just so rare. It's just extremely rare. And a lot of doctors don't know about it, and a lot of doctors haven't worked with a lot of patients with OI, or osteogenesis imperfecta. And so it's just very hurtful to have someone look at you and tell you there's nothing more that we can do for you. And at the same time, it's like, I know that I should probably come to terms with the fact that as I'm getting older, it's a possibility that it can get worse. But growing up and living life, like, I was never treated as though I have a disability. I wasn't raised that way. I didn't have friends that treated me any differently than anybody else. I've always lived my life not in fear of anything. And if anything were to happen, like if I had a fracture, or if I had to have surgery or be in the hospital or this and that, me and my family and my like close friends, we always dealt with everything as it came. And so now I just feel like helpless almost, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of being in pain and not knowing what's causing the pain. Like, obviously it is my bone disease. It's something going on with the disease, but it's just it's aggravating because it makes me question, like, almost like, why me? And I know that God does not make mistakes. He created us in his image. He created us to be, perfect in his image. But being human and having the emotions that I have, it's almost as if, like, why me? It's been a very, 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 very long time since I felt this helpless, living with my bone disease, in a position, in a place where I don't want to be. And I feel like my time was wasted. I feel like my money was wasted, honestly, because medical bills they're not cheap. And I just feel like the last 3 months, we got nowhere. I feel like I'm back to square one. Just, it's not it's not a good feeling at all, guys. Honestly, it's not a good feeling. And so, yeah, these last few days have been emotional. Like, the day that I went to the doctor, and he basically told me that there's nothing he can do for me. And he also said that I should probably go and get like a fourth and fifth opinion. But at this point, I feel like I've already wasted time. Like what's the point of even going to go see another doctor when they might tell me the same thing, and then I'm just going to be upset all over again, because that's more money coming out of my pocket and with zero answers. And so it's frustrating, it's aggravating. But I know at the end of the day that I'm going to be okay, because I'm always okay. And I know that regardless of anything, I have faith. And if there's no medical team that can help me or can even refer me to someone or anything like that, I know that regardless of the fact that I'm covered by God. Yeah, I wanted to come on here and just talk with you guys really quick, because I showed you guys in the vlog. You guys went to a few doctor appointments with me, and I told you guys that I would do a sit down and tell you guys what was going on. But at the time, I really didn't have any definite answers about what was going on, because I was going from doctor to doctor, going from one CT scan to the next. And so, yeah, right now we have zero answers. I'm still in pain. I'm still hurting, but life goes on. And all I can do from here is just keep living, keep breathing, because even though I'm in a situation where I don't want to be in, I'm still here. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. And so that's what I'm going to continue doing, living and breathing. And yeah, guys, so like I said, I just wanted to come on here, give you guys a little quick update about my situation. And so, yeah, if you guys know anyone who has osteogenesis imperfecta, or if you guys know someone who has a disability and is in a situation where they just feel stuck and helpless, just leave me a comment down below, and I would love to chit chat with them or with you guys, because we're all in this together. We're not alone. Even if you don't have a disability, even if you're just in a position in life where you just feel like you're stuck and you're helpless, just know that we are in this together. We just have to be strong, keep the faith. We can't give up. We have to keep living and moving and breathing, because that's life, guys. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.